Toronto, it's your boy Scotty Barnes.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Raptors Uprising basketball is back, and we're ready to take over the NBA 2K League.
Finds a lane, home with the huge slam.
Season 7 has some new faces and familiar vets. Get ready, it's game time. I'll see you all in the park. Go Raps.
What is going on, Raptors Nation? We are on beard watch. Not mine. I am a handsome fella. I'm not going to take this off and show you my double chin. But Champ's beard is on watch because he said, don't forget, if the Raptors don't win the tip-off, that he would go ahead and shave his beard. And we are having a nice little matchup here in DC, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We appreciate you for tuning in. And, 3v3 didn't go our way, but we said fives was our season, and so far, we're showing off just that, but we appreciate you for watching. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a great special guest lined up for us as well. And of course, we're going to try to give away some things here in just a couple of minutes, and we'll play Who Wants to Win some VC so we can hook you up in the chat. But let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's matchup. Again, we are in Washington, D.C., and we are playing the Wizards again. We played them once. We beat them. We played them again. They beat us. And now we go ahead and match up in Washington, D.C. in their facilities. And you can see the point differential, of course, the percentage theirs as well. We are locked in and loaded. But let's go ahead and take a little bit of a deeper dive into the lock matchup preview. You've got the number 1 overall pick that's going to be going up against Ham from our end. And you've also got the 2-time champ in Just Awkward to go ahead and ruffle some feathers against Antoine Love. Quite similar stats. You obviously have a little bit of an advantage in terms of points per game for Just Awkward, but I always like to look at the field goal percentage. That's similar, but the big key takeaway for me is that it's a 2-to-1 ratio in Ham's favor when it comes to steals. Don't be surprised if it ends up being a 1-possession game down the stretch in this series that we've got. Moving on out, let's go ahead and take a look at the point guard. You've got one Love, got traded to go up north. You've got Benzo, drafted number 1 overall pick. Once again, similar stats. The biggest key difference here for me, 3-point field goal percentage. You can see about a 15% discrepancy, not discrepancy, but advantage in our. So he likes to go ahead and get Symptoms involved early, but then get himself going as well. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at our matchup. You've got Symptoms taking on B-Rich. Like I mentioned, I think we've casted, the past 3 games off together with Alex and I, and you had Symptoms that's pretty much been dominant throughout the whole time. You've got himself knocking down the 3-point shots. You can see the 14-point advantage towards that on his end, so look for him to be involved early and often in this matchup here tonight. Moving on out, where is Crush? He's continuing to go ahead and play the 4, going up against Nudini himself. Crush, he was quite active when it came to steals and getting those extra possessions on the offensive end for Antoine Love and Symptoms. Look for him to do just that against a rookie here tonight, especially when we're on the stage. The trash talk is going to be taken up to the next level. Speaking of which, Benzo had kind of tweeted out that, hey, I know you're wondering why the Raptors and the Wizards are going to be on stage, but it's because we're going to go ahead and talk a lot of trash, and that's what you're going to expect from Crush, no doubt about it. Just last but not least, Ball like Seam, the double-double machine that's just been cranking them out left and right, just dominating on both ends of the floor to going up against Type. Type has won some things here in the league as well, and he wants to go ahead and make a statement that they can get the job done, and it should be a great matchup. I'm excited for it. Look for those offensive rebounds opportunities when it comes to Ball like Seam. All right, we talked about everything here tonight that's going to go down, but let's go ahead and take a rewind into what happened last week. But I'm pretty sure I meant since we've been to Washington, D.C. Obviously, you have the tip-off that's going to go ahead and, we played the Knicks in Washington, D.C. It was a best of 3, and here's how things went down. You had the Knicks that went ahead and won the first game, put a spanking on us, 75-52. Then we came back and returned the favor, not just once, but did it twice as we go ahead and dominate game number 2, 69-54, and just the park with 85-58. So we made some adjustments. I wonder what the difference was. And when we got there, we got the job done 2-1 in our favor, which has us advancing here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tip-off semifinal bracket. And that's how it's shaping up there. You can see you've got the Raptors taking on the Wizards. That's your final four, alongside the Bucks and the Warriors. It's going to be just madness on that stage, especially if Bucks and the Warriors go to game 3. They should come on down after the Raptors and Warriors game finishes, or the series finish rather. So it's going to be a fun night. A lot of trash talking. Wouldn't be surprised if some fines get handed out later on. But speaking of, let's go ahead and do some handouts. We've got our first prize drop. So let's go ahead and throw up that graphic. We've got a nice little t-shirt. Here's what you need to do. You got to go ahead and type in !Tangerine. Got to make sure you scan that QR code, but also you have to be a 62K member to go ahead and get access to the giveaways that we're going to have. Not just this, but we've also got something else later on. And of course, the VC and everything else that we do it for you, the fans at home. So again, !Tangerine in the chat, 62K member, scan that QR code. Oh, all right. And who has won? Already have access to that. Nick, you work here. You can't enter, man. Maybe I can I? I don't know. But well, I have the information on who has won for you here shortly. We've got a special guest for us. We had a chance to interview him last time that I was on. It was a recorded interview, but this time we're going to go kind of head to head. We're going to go ahead and go live. Let's go ahead and welcome my man, Ryan, who's going to be joining us. What is going on, buddy? Oh, come on. You can't be on mute, gang, buddy. Come on.
Hello. Check.
I still can't hear you.
Check. Oh, no, not this. Hello.
I'm just messing with you. See, I did it to someone else in the production team early.
God.
She hates me, I'm sure. I did it twice. No. Well, the first time I genuinely could not hear you, though. But the second and third time I decided to have...
I was going to say our whole tech team was going to just bust into this room like CIA, like SWAT. Like, what do you mean? It was all checked. Okay, all right. How's it going, man? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm always jealous of the fire gear and apparel that you're always rocking. Is that like leather? Like, what you got there, man?
This one? No. It's just like a little quarter zip, little nice premium stuff, some premium stuff over here.
It looks premium. Don't get me wrong. It looked like leather to me. I don't know. But look, I appreciate you.
That'd be great.
I'll tell you what, maybe if Coach Nick gets the job done, we can go ahead and get some nice gear as the boys bring home some cash. That would be great. But we appreciate you for joining. Again, for the folks that for some reason live under a rock and they might not know who you are, tell us who you are, man.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Ryan Flores. I, of course, OG 62K member. So everyone in the chat, I'm sure we probably had some type of interaction. And then also I kind of played, pre-competitively in the 2K scene as well. Like the best I've gotten to was got to represent Team Canada for the eFIBA Open 3. That was the best I got to do. Obviously nowhere as near as our guys over here, but yeah, just been in the community just like yourself. And 2K is just something that has been a passion to all of us. And then now all of a sudden, here we are. We're all doing something related to 2K, right?
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's always great to talk to you, and we get a chance. Well, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I feel like you already know the questions that are going to be asked. I feel like you know the answers are going to be there. So I might throw some wrinkles in there. I don't know. I haven't quite decided on what I might call for fun, right? So just a heads up.
Yeah, all right, cool. I don't know why you think I'd know, but all right, sounds good.
There is literally a hotline where it's Ask Ryan. So
I mean,
that kind of gives you some credibility, in my opinion.
Do you? I don't know. I like I said, it's just that I don't know necessarily that I know the questions already, but just maybe I'm just very knowledgeable about the 2K League and the Raptors.
All right. Well, we'll find out. Let's explain to the folks how Who Wants to Win Some VC is gonna work. Let's play the intro.
All right.
I was really going to just call out our producer if it didn't play in time. Be like, what are we doing? But I see, we got to show how it works.
Exactly.
How does it work, Ryan? How does it work is just like this. We're going to go ahead and ask you 5 questions.
Mm-hmm.
get correct, you get to climb up the ladder, right? And of course, you do get a chance to go ahead and, I guess, you can ask me for help if you want, right? If you on yourself, you can ask me for help. You can ask the chat for some help, and you can also go ahead and reduce the options with a 50-50. You've got 1 minute to answer. You cannot look it up. You're not Coach Nick, so I know you won't. But of course, the most important thing for the folks in the chat, you've got to be a 62K member. So type in !VC in the chat to enter the giveaway. Here is your first question, Mr. Shifty. Who won Amateur of the Year last year? Who won Amateur of the Year last year?
Yeah, so I know Seldom has won it.
Seldom, not Elite Shooter.
Yeah, Seldom has won it prior, and Dario is actually very cool with Dario as well. And wouldn't be surprised to see in the chat. We were both on Team Canada, and then I know Not Elite also qualified with the Raptors Uprising, 2 years ago with that contest. But based off of that, I am going to go off of A.
All right, let's go ahead and lock in A. Lie is the correct answer. All right, you've locked in 5,000 VC. We're going to continue moving things up for 20,000 VC.
Do it up.
Here we go.
Oh, very anxious for this one now. I feel like you're switching it up on me.
They probably are. I kind of wish they would. What season did the NBA 2K League start playing at District E? A, 2019, B, 2022, C, 2023, or D, 2024? You know what? Forget. Go ahead and answer this, and I'm going to ask you something else. This is
You're gonna ask me something else?
No.
What do you mean?
Go ahead and answer this though. Go ahead and answer this one though.
What do you mean? This no? Like, what's this no? Like I have no idea what this no stuff is. We're just going out of here. Like I haven't even got to look at all that. We haven't gone through the
Oh my god.
No right away. But obviously it's not this year because they played there last year. And then not 2019 because that's obviously not where they used to play back in the day. So it's got to be C, 2023. 2023? Yeah, 2023.
No, we've been in DC for 3 years though, because we were in Indy for 1 and then DC for 3.
I saw what you did to Champ last week. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. I saw exactly what you did to Champ. We are not doing this. I know what you're trying to do. Oh, you did kind of like for a split second. I was questioning between the two, but we're not. I don't have there's nothing to shave for me. I have nothing on the line.
When's the last time you shaved your face?
Probably last time I got a haircut. So that was maybe about a couple days ago.
But if you would have said last week, I would have just lost.
No. I don't. I unfortunately I get a morning stubble. That's as far as I get to go. If I could grow a beard like yours, if you have any tips or tricks, let me know.
Yeah,
in the DMs for sure.
That's kind of pretty much it.
That's going to be kind of tough. My gamer tag is not made in India, unfortunately, so it might be a little bit difficult for that.
Well, let's go and
we'll
lock
go with
in
C.
B.
No. We're C. 2023.
We're speaking Spanish here. Apparently, we're going with C. 2023. Lock it in.
Going with C.
That is a correct answer. You've got 20,000 secured. Let's go to move on to 75,000 VC. Who has played the most 5v5 games so far this season? Is it A, Warriors Gaming Squad, B, Bucks Gaming, C, Wizards District Gaming, or D, Raptors Uprising?
All right, I'm gonna take it a step further, and I'm gonna explain my answer. So we know Warriors swept, the Wizards swept, the Bucks swept. There's only one team out of those four that went with reverse sweep. So it's got to be D, Raptors Uprising. That's show my answer, show my work. Man, how did I get there?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like we're in school and the teacher's like, just so I know you didn't use a calculator, I want you to use this white sheet of paper and explain how you got the answer.
I'm cool with it. If I gotta show my answer, just to add an extra layer to it, I'll show my answer all the time.
All right, let's go ahead and lock it in. As we're going with D, Raptors Uprising. That is correct. This is too easy.
I don't know about that. I mean, that question, sure. With the previous ones, a little tricky. You try to do that 3-year thing.
Where did we play season 3, by the way?
In season 3
Yeah, where were we? Was it New
Are you
York or
talking-
was it Indianapolis?
of where we were playing originally.
Yeah, season 3. Where were the playoffs held? Was it in Indianapolis or was it in New York?
The season 3, the COVID year. Like, I don't know why we're doing this. Like.
Okay. What about season 4? Season 4 playoffs were held where?
Indy.
No. The season 4 playoffs were held where? Chat, help them out. The season 4 playoffs. It was my first year with the league. We had a brownout, and not just because. Never mind. But it was in Dallas.
This was
in
the
Dallas.
Dallas facility.
Yeah, so
Dallas
it was
facility.
season 4 was remote, majority of it, and then the playoffs.
Yeah, and then we
for,
did it at
5v5,
the Dallas.
which is-
You are right.
Yeah,
Indy was
it
the
was
one.
at the Dallas facility.
See, this is like all of these like trickeries. All this. You had Indy in my head. Oh man.
We got him. We got him a little bit.
You got me. You got me. You can clip that. You got me.
bit.
Oh man, this guy's over here doing all of this trickeries, all of this extra stuff.
As I hold up a pink duck, I don't even know what's happening here. But which member of Raptors Uprising has won the tip-off before? Is it Ball Like Seam, Crush, Coach Nick, Antoine Love?
I mean, I think the person here on there that you love the most, deep inside, I think that's who it is. Deep inside, like deep inside. I know.
Like I've got a crush on Crush. Is that what you're?
No. I think
like I love Antoine. Like I wish I could ball like Seam.
I think you made him do push-ups in this very room in the back,
Bro,
right over
I'm not
there.
gonna lie. I
remember
him
you
so good that day.
Oh, that was top tier. Yeah. I think based off of that, I think I got to go with Coach C. We're going with Coach Nick.
Coach Nick, lock it in.
Boom. There we go.
There we go. I'm gonna laugh if he wins the tip off again, but like not laugh, but just because like he's known for winning the tip off,
and then it's like he's gotta win something else on top of that. I mean, that's okay. We'll take a tip off. You know, like you said, we're Raptors Uprising. Like we'll take a tip off.
You'll add it again from season 3. All right, let's move on. You've secured $110,000. Let's go to move on to $200,000. And again, make sure you type in exclamation VC in the chat for the giveaway. What's the total prize pool of the tip off? 50 grand.
AR. The
125.
25, 160, 250. You're
not
gonna
similar
try
to what it was last year.
No, see, this is the trickery stuff. I think I need to just go with my guts here. We're gonna go with C, 160. I'm not going for this trickery.
Do you know the breakdown?
So I know it goes 10,000, 15,000, and then what are we at now? The final 4. Is it? I know they make 60,000 if they win the end. I don't know what the one in between is. Is it 30? No, 20?
And I remember the 60 on I remember the graphic that they put out.
I remember the graph. I know 60 is the top. I know if you make it to the first, it goes 10. So if you just make it just to DC, I know that's 10.
Is it 35?
15.
Is it 30? So it's
I believe it's 30. I'm like 90% sure it's
30. That's 90 grand there.
Yeah, 10, 15, 30, 60 if I remember
15,
the graphic
10.
correctly. If I'm correct, I can't
60,
see the
30,
chat.
15,
Right?
10.
Okay,
so
all right.
60,
So I had it.
60, 30, 15, 10. That's about 115. And then the remainder of the 45 ends up going to the rest of the folks that couldn't make the final 4. But let's go ahead and lock in C for $160,000. There you go. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. I'm trying to think
I'm
of any
glad.
other fun questions I can kind of stump you with.
I'm not gonna lie, you could probably stump me with a couple of them, especially with all of this trickery, hickory. I don't know what sorcery you're pulling out for all of this.
I'm just saying. It should be but what's your prediction, by the way, for tonight? I'm sure you're, obviously Raptors, but like, give me a series prediction.
Yeah, 100%. On like my thing is, I I mean, I feel like I'm cheating on this question, but I know what the guys have been preparing.
What, you from the future? Like, you know what's gonna happen?
Exactly. I mean, you have this trickery stuff. I have a magic ball. So, but no, for me, it's just I kind of know the background of what Coach Nick has done and our preparations and whatnot. But like you said in the pregame, like we've faced the Wizards in 3s, we faced them in 5s. Like this is a team obviously we're very familiar with. So for me, it's just more of the aspect of the stage. Kind of saw what our guys do on the stage. You had Antoine, you had Symptoms, you had Crush. All 3 of those guys, I think, are going to get up there and try their best to get under Benzo's skin. Obviously, this is the stage. He loves the stage. That's where he thrives on. So I think it's at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to, I think, who brings out the energy from the beginning. And I think our guys know what this means for us. Like the guys always say this, they're not playing for them, they're playing for this organization. So I think I can't wait to see the guys, but I'm going to go with the 2-0 sweep. That is my prediction.
Okay. All right.
2-0 sweep
is what you're calling. By the way, I only bring this up because I make fun of family and I feel like we're family here. I love the top right. It has live from Bell Gaming Center, where obviously no one is. So it looks like we fired everybody.
Yeah, it's just you and me. That's it. No one else is. Yeah, you could pan the whole thing. No one is there. You see the one hand up there. Only person left. Yeah,
that's like the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, they got let go.
No. The guys are just on a business trip.
On a business trip.
Check in, check out. That's all it is. And hopefully, in a couple of weeks.
All right, man. Well, hopefully you and I will be back next time. For joining us, pal. And of course, in the chat, if you haven't already, type in !VC. I believe we might have the answer to who has won that. But appreciate you, man. You got anything else for me?
Nothing. Just keep tricking people. That's all I can say. Like
I will.
I need, like you said, everyone's fired. I need 62K fan needs a job. So I need you to keep tricking people. If no one's getting tricked, then So yeah, but appreciate it. Shout out to everyone, all the 62K members in the chat, and let's go Raps.
All right, you got it, boss. Thank you so much. All right, perfect. We've already given away a t-shirt. We've given away some VC. Now it's time for us to give away some Uber Eats. You got to go ahead and eat good while you go ahead and watch the Raptors beat on the Wizards tonight. So let's go ahead and see who our Uber Eats fan of the night is. And it's going to be Teesprings. What is going on, Teesprings 2? I'm always happy to see you win, especially when it's a name that I can pronounce. It's always one of my fears when we announce who the winners are. So thank you for having a name I can pronounce. And shout out to you, buddy. I've seen you in the community, not just here, but on Twitter and everywhere else, always supporting the league, the casters, the players. And I appreciate, I've seen you obviously come out to the UPA tournaments and help out there as well. So genuinely appreciate what you do for the community selflessly. And mean that as well. So shout out to you. We'll be in touch in terms of how we can hook you up with some Uber Eats. All right, time to go ahead and do the last giveaway of the night, and it is going to be prize drop number 2. What are we giving away? We've got the hoodie. Giving away a hoodie. You got to go ahead and type in !Tangerine in the chat. By the way, whenever I lag in my brain like that, know that it's a joke that I wanted to make that could get me fired, but I had to pull it back. Type in !Tangerine in the chat, scan the QR code, make sure you're a 62K member. If you don't wear the hoodie, you can give it to someone else after something else. I don't know. See, there you go. I always get myself in trouble. But anyway, !Tangerine in the chat. We can go ahead and hook you guys up. All right, we have enough time now for a Twitch chat Q&A. Typically we don't because I ramble so much with the guest. This part's a little scary because I haven't never really done this. So I guess I'm going to look at I'm not showing off my clean fade to you. It's been a few days since I've gotten the haircut, but I'm trying to see if you guys have any questions for me. And if not, we can go ahead and end the stream. We'll give it about a minute. But again, we've got big matchup. Antoine or Benzo tonight for points. I'm going to go with Benzo for points, right? So if we're talking who's going to score more points, I think it'll be Benzo because I think Antoine is able to rely on Symptoms to go ahead and help lead on the scoring side of things. And of course, that's where the double come in for Antoine. So I would say Benzo for points, Antoine for the dub. Who's my favorite all-time 2K player? Oh, man. I think it's Bear. Bear's always been, he didn't get drafted when he first was eligible. Then he came back, gets drafted, has a chip on his shoulder, wins the ring. And I think the creativity in his streams and content stuff is something that I feel like I can relate to, except I can't say some of the crazy things if I want to keep my job. But I think Bear, I love his gameplay. I love what he does in terms of content, and the fact that he puts out content during the season and off the season as well. I would say Bear is definitely one of my favorite all-time players, in terms of who I kind of root for. But if you're talking about the pinnacle, then I think it's Dayfry, right? And I think it's kind of tough to argue against that. But you've got folks that are going to make a case for it, especially if Mama and them repeat. I think you've got a strong case for Mama to be the best of all time. But those are my two answers there. What's good with the drum kit in the back? So I went through I don't want to say a midlife crisis, maybe a quarter life crisis, but I'm a little bit older than that. And I realized I'm a workaholic. I work a lot. I've got 4 stocks during the day, shows at night, and I kind of needed a little bit of a hobby where I didn't hang out with my friends as much, right? Just something for me to kind of hone in. And I picked up the drums when I was in middle school because there was a girl named Amanda that I liked. I had a crush on Amanda. She was in band. She played the flute. I tried to play the percussion so I could be that guy, the cool guy. I wasn't. I was like 8th chair out of 8 people. And so I bought an electric drum kit. And so every time when I have some downtime, I just, smash some drums and pretend like I'm a part of the band Green Day. So that's the story behind my drum kit in the back. Should the guys bring out a mask tonight? Dude, I love the one thing that I feel like I've always enjoyed, I think the first time I was in Dallas for the broadcast, we did a playoff preview show presented by somebody. Whew. And I brought out a Bear mask because Bear, again, was my favorite player. I loved watching him play. I liked rooting for Coach Nick back then. Still kind of do. Anytime you get props, I don't care what. So I brought out the Bear mask. Autumn Johnson brought out like this judge outfit because obviously she leads the broadcast from the host perspective. And so I think anytime you can incorporate fun things like the mask and props and whatever else, I think it just creates more fun environment, because at the end of the day, yes, look, playing esports is stressful. A lot of money's on the line. We're trying to feed our families and put food on their plates. So I think anytime you can go ahead and get some masks involved, it's a lot of fun. What is your favorite 2K League broadcast moment that you've been a part of? We're very transparent and honest on this show. So I'll tell you my memorable moment. It is funny because of the show that I'm on. But it's when my boy I would say, oh man, there's so many good ones. I think the Dallas one was memorable. Just first time I'm part of a pregame show, that was a lot of fun. I think when Dimes won the championship, I think that was great. Just because I know when he got drafted right before his mom had passed away, then he got to play the game and different things like that. So just to see how he was up top, then he kind of went down in terms of where people thought he would be in his career. Then he came right back up and then won the championship. So I think that was a memorable thing. Who doesn't love a good underdog story? So I would say that is my favorite one. My favorite rapper, Eminem. I rapped at a karaoke thing when I was 16 years old, a real Slim Shady. So just imagine a brown guy at a swimming pool with his shirt off, 4'2", rapping the real Slim Shady. That was me back in the day. All right. I think that's kind of pretty much it to all the shout out to Amanda. Thank you, Ice. I don't think she's thinking of me. I don't think she has for 25 years, but clearly she still lives in my head, rent free. All right. I think those are the questions that we have. Sweet. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much again for not just being a part of this conversation, for your questions in the chat, but for always supporting Raptors Uprising GC and the community as a whole. As you know, we do this. We also have a broadcast that we'll get back to when we get things going with the turn. Alex and I will be back on the mic, but don't forget, we are going to go ahead and play the Wizards tonight. So make sure you're ready. You're in the streams. You have your emotes ready to go because we're looking forward to beating the Wizards in their home city, in their own facility. Nothing. Doing that. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And on behalf of myself and all the men and women behind the scenes that make this show possible, we thank you for watching. See you next time.